It is dedicated to the soul of Marhuma, the mother-in-law of Haji Mustafa bin Muhammad, who passed away in Toronto. So let's recite Fatiha for Marhuma, inshallah. Fatiha. صلى الله وسلم عليك يا رسول الله وعلى أهل بيتك المعصومين المنتجبين يا ليتنا كنا معكم سعادتي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإن الساعة لآتية لا ريب فيها وأن الله يبعث من في القبور. آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم فأبا عبد الله الحسين with the loudest of our voices صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم في إمام صاحب العصر والزمان أرواحنا له الفداء صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. First of all, we thank Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us with this great and wonderful moment, wonderful opportunity. After going through this dua tawassul, giving all our affairs to Allah through Ahl al-Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam, we ask Allah tabarak wa ta'ala to accept this dua tawassul on our behalf, inshaAllah. The verse I've just quoted is from Surah Al-Hajj, verse 7, where Allah tabarak wa ta'ala in this verse talking about Qiyamah and Qabr at the same time, where Allah says, وَإِنَّ السَّاعَةَ لَآتِيَةٌ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ يَبْعَثُ مَنْ فِي الْقُبُورِ. That indeed, as-sa'a la'atiyah, indeed, wallah, the day of Qiyamah is coming. وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ يَبْعَثُ مَنْ فِي الْقُبُورِ. When the day arrives, all those in their graves will be removed from their graves, will all come out of our graves. So when you look at this verse, there are so many lessons we can learn, especially when we lose our loved ones. So what I'm going to discuss with you tonight, inshallah, is to continue my discussion on Qabr and then end with the manners of visiting Qabr. So our topic will be like this: Qabr and the manners of visiting Qabristan. Because now and then we visit Qabristan, but sometimes we realize we don't know the manners of visiting Qabristan. And if you visit Qabr and you don't know the manners of visiting it, you will not get the reward of visiting Qabr. We had a discussion where we discussed about death and what will transpire immediately one depart from this world. And you realize that in most cases, we forget about death. We only remember when a brother or a sister or a family member or a friend dies. That is the time we remember about death. You will find even people when they are at Qabristan during the burial, they forget that they brought somebody. Because when you look at the behavior, it will tell you that no, these people, they have already forgotten about the person they are putting 6 feet under. So therefore, Allah in this verse of Surah Al-Hajj, وَإِنَّ السَّاعَةَ لَآتِيَةٌ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا. Allah is reminding I and you that wallah, the time will come. And when the time we discussed about death being awwalu manazil al-akhirah. Death is the first stage of akhirah. Whoever wants to go to Jannah, you have to die. And those who are going to go to hellfire also have to die. But now when we discuss about death, we reach Qabr. And what is happening in Qabr? When you go through many traditions of Ahlul Bayt, you realize that Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam, they indicated to us the most scary part of Akhirah is Barzakh. In other words, the most difficult part of Akhirah is Qabr. Qiyamah is difficult, but the difficulty of the day of Qiyamah is not like the difficulties of Qabr. Therefore, you realize our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. One day they went to Qabristan to bury a mu'min. They finished burying, and Rasulullah was sitting next to the grave. They were all looking at Rasulullah. Then tears started overflowing from the eyes of Rasulullah. And then all of a sudden they saw Rasulullah making dua. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adhabil qabr. Rasulullah, he said, oh Allah, I'm seeking refuge from you from the fitna and the chastisement of Qabr. Now when they came back, they asked Rasulullah, why tears coming out of your eyes and all of a sudden making dua, asking Allah to protect you from the chastisement of Qabr? Said, because akhwafu ma akhafu minkum huwa al-qabr. If there is something that I'm scared of that most of you will fall, it's Qabr. Because the chastisement of Qabr is very difficult. Then look at how Rasulullah explained about it, brothers and sisters. He said, when a mu'min is being washed, after you have washed the mu'min and you put kafan on mu'min, Rasulullah said the nur from the Qabr of that mu'min, yani where you are going to put him, that nur will directly come to the bed where he dies, and that nur will be talking, oh people, haste in taking him to his Qabr. Then he said, but when someone who is munafiq, hypocrite, today you are a believer, and the next day your iman is down. Today you are okay, the next day you become like a kafir. As Rasulullah mentioned, be careful, oh my ummah, because some will wake up in the morning mu'min, in the afternoon kuffar. And some in the afternoon will be mu'minin, and in the morning kuffar. So he said, watch out your iman. He said, when a hypocrite dies, the adab and the punishment from his graves will be waiting for him, and he will be telling people while they are making ghusl and putting kafan, please do not take me there. And people making ghusl and kafan, they cannot hear what the person is talking about. Please don't take me there. Then Rasulullah said, the moment the person is buried in his grave, Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala will send 99 snakes, and each snake has 5 eyes and 5 heads. They are waiting to welcome this munafiq in the grave. So therefore, when sometimes you are told, fear Allah, some people think it's a joke. You will only know the day you are placed in your grave, when you will not come back anymore. Rasulullah said, this is our tis'una hayya watina. 99 snakes will be provided, each one of them has 5 heads and 5 eyes. They will be punishing this person until the day of Qiyamah. When our Sif Imam narrated this riwayah, listen to this riwayah. Mu'mineen who were sitting next to Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. Look at the question they asked Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq. We also ask ourselves some question. And I'm sure some of you sitting here, you may be having that question in your mind also. They said to Imam Jafar, but we are told Shias will go to Jannah. Why hypocrite? Why this? We are told Shia will go to Jannah. And look at the response of Imam. Imam said, but who do you know whether you are a Shia or you are not a Shia? I may be claimed to be a Shia, you may be claimed to be a Shia. But Shia is not a joke. Imam said, who do you know whether you are a Shia or you are not a Shia? امتهنوا شيعتنا إلا ثلاث. Examine our Shia in 3 places. I remember mentioning this in Wire. In the Mawaqit Salah, during the time of Salah, you examine our Shia. How do they behave towards the timing of Salah? And Imam said, examine Shia when they are wealthy. How do they behave towards the poor ones? And he said, examine our Shia when they have secret among themselves, whether they will expose it to their enemies. Still, Imam at the end of the riwayah, he said, majority of people will take the punishment of grave. Only few will be rescued from the punishment of grave. Only few. Then they asked Imam, who are these few? Then Imam said, Al-Mu'minuna Salihun. They are not just Mu'minun, but they are Salihun. It's not only believer, but it's a person in a believer. It's so generous and kind and pure in the eye of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam said these are the group of people who will not have that punishment of grave. But the rest, they will all go through graves. Therefore you realize our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He said, whoever punishment of grace will not rescue him from the punishment of Qiyamah. فَمَا بَعْدَ الْمَوْتِ أَشَدْ. What is after the grave will be equal to what is in the grave, if not even worse. Then they asked Rasulullah, what do we do? This is the point I was trying to come. So that this punishment of grave will be lessened to us. Look at Rasulullah. He said, إِيَّاكُمْ بِالصَّلَاةِ. Watch out your salah. Salat. It looks like simple. But Rasulullah said the first thing is about your salah. Sometimes our mosque is empty. People don't come to pray. People stay next to the mosque. They hear azan, but nobody comes to pray in the mosque near Qabr road. Rasulullah is talking about salah. You cannot build a mosque and leave it and you don't come to pray. The mosque is complaining to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rather break it and give it to those who need. So number one, they asked Rasulullah, وَمَا طَرِيقُ النَّجَاةِ. What is the way out from this punishment of the grave? Number one is a salah. And number two, Rasulullah mentioned zakat. And you put the homes there. And number three, Rasulullah said, and the bear righteousness. لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. You will never obtain righteousness until you depart with what you love the most. Not when you want to give a cloth as a gift, the cloth that you are tired of it, you give it out. You will depart with what you love the most. This money means something valuable in your heart. Rasulullah said, with the bear, you will be protected from the punishment of grave. Then Rasulullah said, whoever performs his salat properly and pay his zakat or homes properly, the moment you are placed in your grave, your salat, Allah will transform it into a beautiful creature and it will sit on your right side in the grave. And then your zakat or homes will also be created into a beautiful creature and it will sit on the left side, and the birr and the wilaya will be in front and at the back. When the munkar or nakir are arriving, they will tell them, today is our day. Don't even come next to this slave of Allah. But it is for only those who perform these things. If you do not do them, you will not get them on the day of Qiyamah. Therefore, we come to the second point. What are the manners of visiting Qabristan. Because we visit Qabristan someday in the month of Muharram or in the month of Safar, or when somebody dies, they visit. We need to know the manners of visitation. Once you know the manners and then you uphold them, your visitation will be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first one is not wajib but highly recommended. You may find in numerous riwayat of Ahlul Bayt. Whenever you visit a Qabristan, go there with wudu, be in tahara. Don't go to Qabristan without tahara. Yes, it's not wajib. Mustahab but highly recommended. Whenever you go to our cemetery here, go with wudu. Number two, which is very, very important. The moment you enter the Qabristan, don't do anything until you pass salam. And don't go out of it without dua. You go in the Qabristan, you have that word which is placed there. Assalamu alaikum ya ahla la ilaha illallah min ahli la ilaha illallah. Kayfa wajadtum la ilaha illallah. You have to do it. It's highly recommended by Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. And don't go out without dua. That's number two. Number three, don't laugh at Qabristan. It is not acceptable. Today we go to some of our mu'mineen, they are laughing. Islamically, they said it's not a manner of visiting Qabristan. You cannot laugh. It means you don't know the reason of coming there. Because Rasulullah taught us, Zurul Kubura, visit Qabristan, liyudhakirakum al-akhirah, so that Qabristan will remind you of the day of Qiyamah. But if I go there and I start laughing, some people are even jiggling, not just a laugh. That becomes disrespect to the Mayyitin who is there, who are there, and disrespect to yourself and not understanding why you go to Qabristan. So number three, no laughing. Number four, which is also very, very important, no discussion about worldly affairs in town. Business, how is it? No. How was the transaction you had? No. Only you remember about the Akhirah and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number five, you don't walk on Qabr. It's not acceptable in Islam. You see a person wants to walk, instead of going through those paths that are between the Qabrs, you see people walking on the Qabr, some even sitting on top of the Qabr. This is not the manner of visiting the Qabristan. You cannot do that. If you do that, you have violated the right of those who are buried there in Qabristan. And the number six manner, which is also very important, Islam mentioned. Whenever you go to Qabristan, if your parents are buried there, let them be the first people to go and make dua before you go to any other person. And you remember we discussed about the relationship of the parent Mayyitin and the relationship of their children who are still alive. Because we said hajat are fulfilled when you visit the graves of your fathers and mothers. After making dua, asking for forgiveness on their behalf, you ask for your hajat and Allah will fulfill your hajat. And another manner is that the signs that are placed on top of each qabr, you don't have the right to remove it. You don't have the right. Intentionally remove it is a big guna in Islam. It happened during the lifetime of Rasulullah. That Rasulullah referred to one qabr who was receiving punishment, and he said his duty was only when he came to Qabristan, he will be removing the signs that were written on top of the qabrs. So you don't have the right to remove that. And last but not least, pouring water on the qabr is highly recommended by Rasulullah. Well, Rasulullah said water is the highest form of Allah's mercy. So whenever you pour water on the qabrs of your loved ones, you are inviting mercy of Allah on them. So therefore, let's all try, inshallah, brothers, whenever we visit the Qabristan, let's uphold these manners of visitation. Because we've seen many times when we go to Bahrain people, some will have their corner and we'll be having different type of discussions which has nothing to do with what brought us there. And doing that, You will receive only punishment by the time you get back home, and there will be no any reward. We ask Allah Ta'ala to forgive Marhuma, inshallah. May Allah grant her Jannat al-Firdaus. May Allah grant her the Shafa of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdillah. Assalamu alayka ya Ibn Rasulillah. Assalamu alayka ya Ibn Amir al-Mu'minin wa Ibn Sayyid al-Wasiyyin. In kunta baqiyan fabkir al-Husayn. Tonight we remember Bibi Zainab on that night of Ghariba. That is the night where historians and scholars said there is no night which is darker than the night of Ghariba. That was after the slaying of Aba Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salatu wassalam. After the horses have trampled on the body of Aba Abdullah, after they have looted all the belongings of Aba Abdullah, that night, when the last person came to the body of Aba Abdullah, he tried to look for something to loot from the body of Aba Abdullah. There was nothing. He saw the ring on the finger of Aba Abdullah. He came next to the body, he tried to remove the ring from the finger. He could not remove the ring from the finger of Aba Abdullah. He took a knife which was very sharp and he started cutting the finger of Aba Abdullah al-Husayn. That night, Sayyidah Zainab was left alone in that darkness and the desert of Karbala. Sayyidah Zainab, Layla, Kulthum, Ruqayya, Sakina, all those women from the family of Ali Muhammad, they were alone on that night of Ghariba. You know Dayla, the wife of Zuhair ibn al-Qayna, on that night she had a piece of cloth and she gave it to her servant. She said, oh my servant, take this piece of cloth, go around the battlefield. When you will see the body of Zuhair, cover Zuhair with this piece of cloth. The servant went around and he came back with that piece of cloth in his hand. The Imam looked at him and said, why I asked you to cover Zuhair? Why are you coming back with this piece of cloth? He said, Wallah, I saw the body of Zuhair and I saw the body of Hussein. Hussein was uncovered, so I could not cover Zuhair and left the body of Aba Abdullah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات. تابع اللهم بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم جاف الأرض عن جنبيها ولكها منك برهانا. اللهم عفوك عفو. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على